This is the All Bros podcast. I am Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
We are a couple of aspiring filmmakers that love to watch and critique movies, but also enjoy a bit of the nerd life. This week on the podcast, we got a couple new pops that are coming out soon. We got one new Blu-ray, and our Through the Wall news, Disney announced that they're releasing a new show for Disney Plus, their streaming service. Moving on to this week's sneak peeks, we got a brand new trailer for Addams Family.
Just dropped this morning, didn't it?
Yep. And we also got a trailer for Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
Aw, yeah.
And, we got some things to talk about.
Color me intrigued.
Yep. And then for our main event of the evening, we are going to break down the movie that is Shazam.
Okay, you gotta shout it. Come on.
Shazam!
There you go. There you go.
Better?
Yeah, way better. Thank you.
I hope that doesn't, deafen people.
Yeah, we probably should have put a warning in there. Whoopsie.
You guys will figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, without further ado, I say let's get started.
Let's do it.
Okay, first off, in Adventures in Hunting, we got two new pops. We don't know what they look like yet, but we do know what they are, and they are the Jim Lee Superman and the Jim Lee Wonder Woman.
Have they announced if these are going to be common or exclusives?
Not from what I saw. It looked like it was on one of those GameStop pages where it was the black with the green lettering.
Ah, okay. All right. I get you.
So, in the past with the Jim Lee ones, they've been commons.
No, I actually think most of the Jim Lee ones, if they show up in GameStop's system, they're usually GameStop exclusives.
Really?
Yeah, because I think Batman and Aquaman and Flash were all exclusives.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong. I'll have to double check that. But
I haven't seen them anywhere else other than GameStop, so that could very well be true.
So exclusives they might be.
Yeah. They're exclusives that don't do very well, surprisingly.
Yeah, but they
the first one, the first Jim Lee one was Batman.
Yeah.
And that was the Hush Batman.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of standing on the thing with his cape, or on the rooftop with his cape out.
Mm-hmm.
That one was really cool, but last time we went hunting, I saw that one.
Yeah. And then wasn't the Flash one just him running?
Yep.
Yeah. And then the Aquaman one was awesome. What was he riding on?
So he wasn't riding on anything. He had his trident in one of those the parademons.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would seriously pick that one up.
Yeah,
kind of regret not to.
Then I think the other one, the comic moment with Batman and Green Lantern, wasn't that a Jim Lee?
I think that is too.
Yeah, so
at least
that
it
one
looks
was really
like
cool.
Yeah, that one was really cool.
Yeah, so I wonder what we're going to get with Superman and Wonder Woman. I'm willing to bet that we're going to get another, pose, like Batman's with Superman. Because if I'm remembering right, Jim Lee's Superman's the really big buff one, and he has his, cape flowing out, forward. And he's looking down. So I wonder if we're going to get that. And I don't know what Jim Lee's Wonder Woman looks like.
If what you're saying will happen to the Superman pop, I kind of want that really badly.
Yeah. If they do it right.
Yeah.
Because some of the movie moments don't really land with pop figures.
No, they don't.
There's very few that don't. Yeah. But there's some. So, yeah, that would be interesting to see.
That don't. Okay, the one that I feel doesn't is, have you seen, I think it was a Hot Topic exclusive, the one where it had Grindelwald and one of his, creatures from Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Oh, the Thestral?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was kind of lame.
It's literally just them standing on a black platform. That's really all
it was, wasn't it the Commons?
Yeah.
And they were just standing there?
Yep.
Yeah, that one was dumb.
Yeah, you can't really consider that a movie moment. I mean, you could, but it's it's a lazy movie moment.
Yeah. yeah, so we're kind of excited for that. Okay, moving on to Blu-rays. The only Blu-ray that's coming out this week is Glass. I haven't seen it, but we ended up not.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, we were supposed to go see Glass, but I think we ended up going to see How to Train Your Dragon 3.
I mean, in my opinion, you made the better choice, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen Glass.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
We did watch Unbreakable.
How is it? Does it hold up?
It was a bit slow.
Is it better than Split?
No.
Oh. Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson don't make the movie?
They do. Like, it's mostly Samuel L. Jackson that makes the movie.
I feel that happens in a lot of movies.
Yeah, there was a lot of scenes with Bruce Willis that just fell flat.
Okay. I mean, have you seen Pulp Fiction?
Yes.
I feel it would have been like completely different. If it was just John Travolta's character, it wouldn't have been the same without Samuel L. Jackson there as well.
Yeah. Exactly like that. Like, I feel his performance in Pulp Fiction, Bruce Willis's, was better.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't think he was super strong as a character in Pulp Fiction.
No, he wasn't.
But
how
his
the character was
performance in Pulp Fiction was better than his performance in Unbreakable.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's nothing against Bruce Willis. He's incredible.
He's
I think
an
it's
amazing
just,
actor.
I think it's just directing issues.
Yeah, I feel you. Come on, Shyamalan.
Yeah, he does have the potential to put a lot of like heart into his roles. Me and Brielle actually technically it was just me. I watched Over the Hedge.
I was actually just gonna bring that up.
Yeah, I
was
love
amazing
that.
as RJ.
Yeah, he puts so much freaking just feeling into that.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't realize how many big names were in Over the Hedge.
I know, right? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I was like looking through the credits. I'm like, what?
Okay, since you watched Over the Hedge, did you watch Shark Tale?
I did not watch Shark Tale.
Okay. Did not age that well. Really did not.
Oh.
But it's kind of like the same thing as Over the Hedge. Like, you notice, like, I mean, you got Robert De Niro, Jack Black, Will Smith. I know there's more. That's all I got right now. But, like, it's cool, like, hearing all these people's voices, but, like, the movie just... no.
Over the Hedge aged really well.
It did. Like, Shark Tale is, like, a guilty pleasure for me. I feel like it's one of DreamWorks' worst, if not their worst. I don't know. There might be a movie I hate more than... wait, no, actually, I do not like... I like Shark Tale better than The Boss Baby.
I'll give you that. It's been ages since I've seen Shark Tale,
Okay,
so I'll have to watch it again.
You definitely should.
And compare,
I
but
don't
Boss
know.
Baby wasn't great.
It's still, like, with Shark Tale, I can still enjoy it. Like, it's cringy, but it's still very enjoyable, and I get a kick out of it, whereas with The Boss Baby, I'm just like... I mean, Alec Baldwin's good at voicing, but other than that, like, it's really not that good. Yeah. But back on topic. Sorry.
Yeah, back on topic. Yeah, Bruce Willis, amazing actor, not super great role in Unbreakable. I am very excited to see how he does in Glass, though. If he gets a little bit better.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
But okay, that covers everything in Adventures in Hunting, unless you got anything else to add.
No.
No?
That's another record, isn't it?
No.
It's not?
I don't think so.
Oh. Wow, we've been faster than this?
I'm pretty sure. But it's like when those days when we only have a pop or when we only have a Blu-ray that we've been quicker.
Yeah, okay, good point.
Moving on to our Through the Wall news, Disney announced that they're going to release a Monsters Incorporated show on their Disney Plus streaming service.
Yeah.
You know a little bit more about that.
I do.
What information have they given on it?
They haven't really given a lot of information from what I've seen. It seems though that John Goodman, Billy Crystal, Jennifer Tilly, like all the original like main stars are coming back for it.
Ooh.
Which, I mean, thank goodness. But like other than that, there's really not a lot.
Disney treats their people right. Like I think that with Disney.
Wait, actually, sorry, you continue.
No, go on.
Oh, so actually, I'm sorry. Actually, a lot has been. So it said, ahead of a Disney investor event that will herald more programming announcements on Thursday, The Hollywood Reporter has revealed the first details of Monsters at Work. Oh, that's what it's called.
Okay.
A new show coming to Disney Plus in 2020. It's set 6 months after the original Monsters, Inc., and follows a monster named Tyler Tuskman, voiced by Ben Feldman, described as an eager and talented mechanic on the Monsters, Inc. facilities team who dreams of working on the lab floor alongside Mike and Sully. So, of course, that means Mike and Sully are back, and appropriately, John Goodman and Billy Crystal will be reprising those roles. The same goes for John Ratzenberger, Jennifer Tilly, and Bob Peterson, who will return to voice the Yeti, Celia, and Roz, respectively. There will also be lots of newcomers, including Tyler's best friend, Val Little, voiced by Kelly Marie Tran, the new boss, Fritz, voiced by Henry Winkler, fellow plumbers Smitty and Needleman, voiced by Steven Stanton, and Tyler's... I think it's Tyler's, my bad. Tyler's mom, Millie, voiced by Aisha Tyler, among others. So, yeah.
It's good that they're returning.
Yeah,
but I also like the new take on it.
I do too, and I like that it takes place after Monsters, Inc., so it's kind of like the sequel that we never got, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
Which, that's no hate to towards Monsters University, because
that was more of a prequel. It's not really. So it is a sequel we didn't get.
Yeah,
and that's not saying that.
I'm really hoping though that. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm really hoping it doesn't retcon Monsters University. I mean,
how would it retcon if it's a sequel?
Well, I mean, Dumb and Dumber 2 retconned Dumb and Dumber when Harry met Lloyd.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Because it changed. So, you know, like how Harry's parents are Asian in Dumb and Dumber 2?
Sure.
Okay. Have you not seen Dumb and Dumber 2?
I think I have. It's been forever.
Oh, okay.
Those aren't ones that I can watch over and over again.
Oh, I can't.
It's kind of a one and done with me.
Shit out of those movies. But with the prequel that they made without, I don't even think they got the Farley brothers, like, what's the word? Like, not approval, but like, they're like, oh yeah, go ahead and make it. They were not happy with it. But basically, when Harry met Lloyd, Harry grows up with just having his mom. But then in Dumb and Dumber 2, he had Asian parents and was adopted. And then it also changes how, I believe, how Harry and Lloyd met as well in the like official sequel. So yes, Monsters University is kind of a lie because clearly in Monsters Inc. they say they've known each other since the 4th grade. That still irks the hell out of me.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, but I still enjoy Monsters University so much. Like,
yeah, I wonder how Disney's going to handle that.
That's gonna be interesting. Like, I think it gets too much hate. Like, yeah, it's not like a sequel that we wanted, but I still think it's a decent sequel prequel. Like,
yeah.
I really enjoy it. So I'm hoping that it doesn't retcon anything that happened there. But I am very excited to see Mike and Sully back.
John Goodman can do. Never mind. I just remembered Flintstones.
I was gonna say you might want to think about that, and you can't really say Billy Crystal can do no wrong because of parental guidance.
That wasn't a terrible movie. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible.
It wasn't good either.
You got me there.
Yeah.
I think that's another one of my guilty pleasure movies.
I mean. You can't say the same about Jennifer Tilly either, because Seed of Chucky.
Never mind. I was going to say something to compliment everyone, but you ruined it.
I'm sorry. Hey, you started it with the Flintstones.
Well, I was going to say John Goodman can do no wrong, but like, let's be honest, he was the best part of the Flintstone movies.
Oh, he was. And what I find funny is, have you ever seen the like prequel to that, Viva Rock Vegas?
Yes.
I'll take that as a yes. Okay, no offense against Rick Moranis, but I forget which Baldwin plays Barney in that one. But I'm sorry, he's closer to how Barney actually is in that. Like, come on, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and John Goodman played a way better Fred than the guy they picked to play in that one. But I don't know. I got a way more like Barney from him than I did Rick Moranis. Nothing against Rick Moranis. He's an amazing actor. I just think he
can't pull off Barney that well.
I think Barney's kind of hard to pull off.
He's a little rough.
Yeah. But somehow a Baldwin was able to do it pretty damn well.
I mean, Baldwins aren't terrible actors.
No, they're not. No.
Like, we give them a lot of shit. Not us personally, just the world.
Yeah.
But they're not half bad.
No, they're really not.
Yeah. So, glad to see. Like, it'll be interesting to see what Disney does with this Monsters Inc.
I kind of feel
how big of a part Sully and...
So, since this is kind of like the not official sequel to Monsters Inc., do you kind of wish that, depending on how Toy Story 4 is, they would have done this with the Toy Story franchise? Made it into a TV show?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think Toy Story works better as a movie.
Okay.
But I do appreciate the shorts that they do.
I do too.
Like, I think that gives me just enough, like, because a lot of the stories you don't expect, like, I think the movies cover the big events, the big things that happen.
Yeah.
The shorts cover like the everyday activities or the like everyday little adventures that they go on, and that's all you really need.
But yet in Toy Story 4 we're getting a whole movie about Bonnie losing a damn spork.
So dumb. So dumb.
Wait, no, she doesn't lose him. I'm sorry. He tries to commit suicide.
Yeah, but he can't because he's plastic.
Yeah. I still don't get like why Woody jumped out. Like, she wouldn't have thought it was
a fork.
Yeah, and it's not like she would have thought it was his fault. He's a damn toy.
Yeah, like what's gonna happen? She's gonna pick up and she's like, "I knew it was you."
But I mean, that just shows how loyal Woody is. So
Woody's a little too loyal.
He is, but
like at some point you just gotta be the voice of reason and be like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, he was the only one that was sticking by Andy's side no matter what was going on. So
yeah,
Buzz and Jesse were like, I don't know about that. But
yeah, like I fully understand the first one where he was trying to get rid of Buzz.
Yeah.
Because that one was 100% his fault. I understand the second one to a point because he's just like, I'm broken, no one's going to want me and all that other shit.
Well, no, that's not the point. No, the point of Toy Story 2 is Andy's going to grow up and there's nothing that Woody can do about that, so what's the point of staying with him?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is just a rehash of Toy Story 2. But with Bonnie.
Damn it, Pixar.
We figured you out.
Honestly, if
just
this
leave
movie
the goods alone.
If this movie revolves mostly around Woody, I'm not going to be opposed to that because, like I've said before, he is my favorite Pixar character. But at the same time, we don't know if that's true. But if this really does happen, why rehash Toy Story 2 when it's already a perfect movie?
Exactly.
But gotta wait till June.
I think Disney needs to come out. Disney and Pixar, they need to come out with more original content. Like Coco was awesome. Frozen was awesome. Tangled. I mean, yeah, it was based off of something, but
The
that
Good
shit
Dinosaur was awesome. I'm totally kidding.
Rose.
I hated that movie.
You just Fred Flintstone me again. Okay. Say what you will about Good Dinosaur. Animation was incredible.
Okay, that's literally the only good thing I can say about it.
Okay.
Like the backgrounds.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the water.
And the water. Okay.
The water looked freaking crazy.
Okay, the little kid, like what was his name? Spot.
Yeah.
Okay, he was funny in some parts, a little bit, but
if your sense of humor is just like really dull.
Yeah, okay, it's a bit of a stretch there.
Yeah.
But who in the hell thought, oh yeah, let's have the dinosaurs look like really animated dinosaurs, not make them look realistic like in Jurassic Park,
or like dinosaurs.
Yeah. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought like you were, like, what's the word? Like saying the obvious or something. I don't know. But yeah, no, good point.
Yeah, that movie was freaking crazy too.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, very good point. But like, it doesn't fit. Not at all. Not even close.
Oh, I know.
Then there's Brave, which is all right. I find some things I like in that movie.
There's a decent amount.
Yeah. That's really
just as a real quick side thing. So I started listening to this new podcast.
Yeah.
Called Garbage or Gold, and their first episode is Disney princesses, and so like their whole thing is they pick. There's only 2 of them.
Yeah.
And they pick what their garbage item is for a subject, and then they pick what their gold item is for that subject.
Oh, okay.
One of the ladies on that show, for her garbage Disney princess, it was Merida.
Sad. Well, yeah, okay. I mean, okay. Is it me or because I could not stop laughing when the scene came up in Ralph Breaks the Internet when Merida starts like spitting off something, and I think it's Elsa or no, Vanellope's like, what is she saying? And Elsa's like, oh, we have no idea. She's from the other studio. I was dying. Like that's funny. That is funny.
Yeah. So, a little shout out to the Garbage and Gold there.
I'll definitely have to check you guys out.
It is. Their shows are like super short, which it kind of bums me out because I like have a lot of hours to waste in a day.
Yeah, I get you.
Like,
who did she choose for her gold? If that was her garbage, I gotta know.
I don't remember which one she picked. So the garbage princess for both of them because they each pick one, and then they have a voting thing on it, which is cool. One was Merida. The other one was Snow White.
For garbage?
Yeah.
What and it against Snow White?
It's because I don't know. You'd have to listen to it. You have to listen to it. I'm not going to spoil it for you.
I mean, yes, she's like the least established out of them, but I mean, that was like Walt Disney's first animated movie.
Yeah.
So you got to cut him some slack.
Well, they're just going on Disney Princess as a whole, not as a movie.
Oh, okay. My bad.
And then the gold was Rapunzel from Tangled.
I like that.
And Jasmine.
Naomi Scott, Jasmine?
Naomi Scott.
Just is a live action Aladdin joke.
You hush. Yeah, so I'd give it a listen.
Okay. What's it called again?
Garbage and Gold.
Garbage and Gold. Okay. Are they on iTunes?
They're on Spotify.
Oh, Spotify. Okay. Garbage and Gold. Got it.
That's where I listen to them too. They're probably like everywhere else too.
Definitely give them a listen.
Anyway, back on track. That was a big ass tangent.
Hey, I feel considering how little news we have, I think it's okay if we get a little off tangent.
Yeah. Moving on to this week's sneak peeks. The first one we're going to talk about is the Addams Family.
Ba-da-da-da. I had to.
I didn't hate this trailer. I'm not a fan of the Tim Burton style, like claymation looking.
Well, this isn't claymation.
I know it's not claymation, but it looks like it could be.
It does, and in a way, like I feel it could have worked a lot better if it was claymation. But I still actually really like a lot of what I'm seeing. I still think Wednesday looks really weird with the shape creepy of her head. But I think Oscar Isaac is doing a great job as Gomez, and I forget her name that plays he calls her Karamia, doesn't he?
You mean Morticia?
Yeah, Morticia. Well, I can't remember the actress who plays Morticia in this one.
Ooh, I'm gonna
Oh
reference
my
fail
gosh,
you
you
so
actually
hard.
know her?
Uh-huh.
Shit.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to reference fail me.
Charlize Theron.
That's her?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Booyah. Freaking 3-zip now.
Wait.
Yeah.
The
Oh, we restarted.
Yeah, so
It's 1 zip.
One, bitch.
Fine, be that way.
I will be that way. Yeah, damn it.
Yeah.
I hate you.
That's like the one that stood out to me. I was like Oscar Isaac and Charlize Theron. The other ones I couldn't.
I think Chloe Grace Moretz is playing the voice of
Wednesday.
Yeah. I forgot. I didn't catch who's playing Pugsley.
I didn't either.
Okay, well, can I pull this up really quickly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pull up the cast.
Because a good cast.
It is an amazing cast. I personally don't like the design of Gomez.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
What?
Finn Wolfhard is playing Pugsley.
No freaking way.
Love it. Okay, that's great.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's even better.
What?
Nick Kroll is playing Uncle Fester.
Yes.
And then Bette Midler is playing Grandmama.
I love it.
Okay, then who's playing...
I feel like this is going to be a movie that I can't stand to watch, but I would love to listen to. Because I actually watched the trailer twice. I watched it once, and then I just listened to it. And I loved listening to it a lot better than I liked watching it.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, what,
And it's because the designs of all of them.
Wednesday's the only one that, like, really bugs me. The other ones I'm fine with.
I don't like Gomez.
'Cause he's
and
too
I don't
fat?
like... Yeah.
Okay.
Like, to me, he's always been the well put together dude.
He has.
But no, like he's fat. And then Morticia, I can kind of let go, but she's also like super crazy skinny.
She is. Have you seen both of the live action Addams Family movies?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I love
I do
those
too.
movies.
I actually love the sequel better than the first one. Because I grew up with the sequel. I watched the first one quite a bit. I grew up with
like the show.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I only watched the show a little bit, but yeah, I remember like Uncle Fester falling in love with Debbie, and Pugsley and Wednesday like keep trying to kill the baby. Like that movie is just nostalgic to me.
Yeah, that is pure nostalgia.
Yeah. So, just because like it wasn't a huge staple, but like the Addams Family did have an effect on my childhood. I am looking forward to this movie quite a bit, and because it's by Tim Burton, and I think he's the perfect person to take on the Addams Family, I'm pretty excited to see what he can come up with.
Did he didn't do the live action, did he?
No, that wasn't him. I actually do not.
I'd like to see him take on a live action Addams Family.
That would be great.
Yeah, I'm not digging the animation.
What?
And it's just the claymation thing. I know it's not claymation.
It's like, how many times do I have to correct you?
Like freaking backhand. When are you gonna learn, boy?
Okay, Arthur Morgan.
Yeah. So, I'm not a huge fan of the stop motion look.
Okay.
And I'm not a huge fan of like the Tim Burton stylizations of the stop motion characters. Like, I really liked The Nightmare Before Christmas. I liked that one because I feel that the style fit. It's just whenever there's like a conversion from live action to not live action, that it doesn't fit for me because I'm super used to the live action characters, and it's just, like, maybe I may love this movie, so I have no idea.
Like, have you seen like Frankenweenie?
Yeah.
Okay, so so you're okay with that? I mean, you said
no, it was a good movie. Like I said, not a huge fan of the animation. The only one that I like in that animation style is Nightmare Before Christmas.
You're picky.
I know. I'm
like,
crazy picky.
Like, jeez, you don't even like The Corpse Bride?
Corpse Bride was actually really good. Okay, there's two that I like.
So you'll take the Corpse Bride over Frankenweenie.
Yep.
I hate you. Okay, I want to know if... so we know the butler's going to be in it. I wonder if Hans is going to be in it.
He is. He was in the trailer.
He was? Oh, my bad.
He was the one playing with
Oh, yeah,
the
sorry.
piano.
My bad.
And he did the snap at the end. Like, how'd you
sorry.
miss that?
I'm sorry.
Pay attention, Rose. Gosh damn it.
Shut up, Albers. But where was Cousin It? Is Cousin It going to be in this movie?
I hope so. I
Yeah.
freaking love Cousin It.
Seriously. I guess we'll find out. But I can understand like where you're coming from, how you're not the biggest fan of the animation. I understand that.
Yeah. This is a personal preference of mine. Anyway, I think that covers everything for the Addams Family, unless you got anything else.
No, I really don't.
The last trailer we're going to discuss is Joker, who's being portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, boy.
And my hopes weren't super high for a while.
Yeah.
This set them up fairly high.
It did. Like I said earlier, color me intrigued, because I'm loving what Joaquin Phoenix is bringing to this role.
Yeah. He looks like a tortured soul.
He really does.
Like he's skinny.
Yeah. Someone pointed out there was another movie that like Joaquin Phoenix kind of had to get like a little bigger for his role, but then like he had to like get like really super skinny for this one. It's amazing like how some actors will go to depths just to make sure that they're in the right shape for certain roles.
That Christian Bale's done it.
Yep.
Oh shit. There's another dude that did it for like this piano movie. I forget his name. Which is so dumb because I cast him as someone like asked for a casting of a Guardians villain that I like. Adrian Brody, I think.
I have no idea who that is.
I may be like super wrong. Usually are.
JK.
Nope, it was Adrian Brody.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking Adam Brody. What is he in? He's very familiar.
So he
For a second, I thought he was Diego
is
Luna.
in The Pianist,
Never seen it.
King Kong,
Never seen it.
Predators.
Never seen it.
All right, let me see if I can find a movie.
Okay, maybe I actually don't know him then.
Our fantastic Mr. Fox.
Who did he play?
I don't know. You're making me do a lot of jumping around.
No.
He did the voice for Rickety the Field something.
Is it a field mouse?
Probably the Field Mouse.
I think he only had like one damn line. But he did it very well.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything else that you might know him from.
You still need to watch that movie. Or have you seen it?
Which movie?
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I watched part of it. Didn't watch the whole thing. Because I'm not a big fan of that animation style either.
I don't understand what you have against stop motion. It's
my
favorite animation.
I know.
I love stop motion.
It's a personal preference, Rose. Damn.
I know, but still, Fantastic Mr. Fox is such an amazing film.
I'll have to give it another shot.
As is Isle of Dogs. You still need to watch that movie.
I
like Fantastic Mr. Fox better. Like, not like a huge... I don't know if it was down to the two. It's probably a huge jump between which I like more. But Isle of Dogs is still a great movie. So, you need to watch those damn movies.
Anyway, Adrian Brody had to get in like a crazy skinny. Christian Bale had to do it. And it looks like Joaquin Phoenix is joining suit.
Yeah, 'cause he's like skin and bones in some of these shots.
Yeah. There was a couple scenes where he's bathing his mother. He like splashed that water hard in her face. I was like, are you trying to drown her? Because he was like laughing, and that laugh was like that
It's
one
teasing
felt
her
like
death.
heartfelt, and then the ones like further down, it just got more maniacal.
Yeah, it did.
Like he was in a comedy club, and I wonder that wasn't him up on stage, was it?
No, I don't think so.
So it was someone else, and then he was laughing.
That
it
laugh
like
was
no
a
one
little
else.
weird. But
It felt like he was learning how to laugh.
Yeah, it's a good point.
And then it's just like later when we get like a real laugh in the,
like
the train.
Oh, that was perfect.
Yeah. Like that was that like he like summoned his inner Mark Hamill.
Yeah, seriously though. I love the makeup. I love the Joker makeup that they're going for.
It's growing on me.
Yeah.
It is very much growing on me.
Love even like the suit at the end. I know we've seen it in leaked photos, but I think it works really, really well.
I do too. I like how the Thomas Wayne is talking about like what kind of coward would hide behind a mask.
Yeah.
And I love that because freaking your son, boy,
so
would hide behind a mask.
I know it's been like speculated for a long time that the kid that the Joker like makes smile in that shot, that it's Bruce Wayne. Do you know if that's the case or?
I don't know.
Okay.
It very well could be. It looks like it could be.
It does, yeah.
Like a really, really young Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
But
then if it is, how old does the Joker look to you in this?
In this, he looks like younger 40s.
So then by the time he fights Batman, he'll be in his 70s in this universe.
Well, if this is even the Joker that ends up fighting him.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Because they've discussed that there's like 3 different renditions of the Joker. There's been 3. So this could very well not be the Joker that we know or that we're familiar with, the one that fights Batman, but kind of the one that leads to Batman becoming who he is. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to pull that this Joker is the one that kills Thomas and Martha and leaves Bruce alive.
Can you imagine? That's how they end the movie.
So
it's one hell of a
dude,
cliffhanger.
That would be a perfect ending to that movie.
Didn't see that coming, did you, bitches?
Yeah, and then that would just be the perfect ending to that movie.
It would. I would appreciate a cliffhanger like that.
Yeah. But like what I would imagine from this Joker, what I think would make it like for an interesting tale is maybe he's the one that pulls the trigger, and maybe he is the reason, because eventually he's going to get too old or he dies or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting if he was the one that introduced or that inspired the joke or the next Joker. That's the one that does take on Batman, and the reason Batman has this like hatred towards him is because of that image of a clown killing his parents.
Yeah, I'd be down for that too.
Yeah, but anyway. I have so many good ideas for this, but I want to see what Joaquin Phoenix brings to the table.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know if there's a better casting for Joker.
I can't really think of anybody.
Other than the kid that's playing him in Gotham?
Yeah.
There is no one else that I think could pull off
Jared
Joker.
Leto. Come on.
If they change Jared Leto up, if they change his Joker into being not super gangster, if they changed him to be more like he was in the Batman animated series,
yeah,
with the suit and the slick back hair and everything, he would be perfect.
But then can we also have Mark Hamill dub over his voice?
Yes. He needs his laugh is super shitty too.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I haven't even seen this movie yet, and I already know Joaquin Phoenix is a better Joker than Jared Leto.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what? We got more footage from him in this trailer than we did in
the whole
Jared
damn
Leto.
Suicide Squad.
Which I'm not super upset about because it's super easy to forget his Joker.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm okay.
So
with
if
that.
they were to like seriously just reboot Joker to change him to be a little bit more like he was in animated series,
I don't think anyone would really complain.
I don't think anyone's going to be like, well, where's the gangster Joker?
Where's Jared Leto?
Yeah. Anyway, so which one are you most excited to see out of these two?
This is hard for me because, like, unlike you, I loved the Addams Family trailer, but I also loved the Joker trailer. Can I have a tie?
You can have a tie,
Yes.
I guess.
Okay, yeah, these two are tied.
I'm going to give it to Joker by a hair.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think they would be this close.
And it's mainly because of the voice acting. The voice acting can make up for a lot.
This is true.
In my eyes.
But I mean, same could be said for animation as well.
Yeah.
So.
Animation can also, like, doom a movie for me. If the story and the voice acting aren't great, it can go down. But from what we've seen, the voice acting is really good, and it looks like this. Like you can't get much story from a trailer, so I can't really dock it for that. Yeah. But so far, that's why it's up there.
Yeah.
Still, regardless of the animation style.
Okay.
So yeah. Well, I think that wraps up all of our news of the week. Let's say we move on to our main event of the evening.
Let's do it.
It's time for the main event. Let's play a game.
Okay, this week's main event of the evening, we are going to do an All Bros breakdown of the movie Shazam.
You still gotta yell it.
Shazam!
There we go. Whenever you say Shazam, you gotta yell it. Okay, maybe we shouldn't actually do that.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's the only time I'll shout it, I promise.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to do it at least one
more
time.
So, for those of you who are new to our rating system, we have had it changed up a little bit since the past episodes that we've done it.
Yes.
So we split it up into different categories, starting with story, and that we give it on a grade of 0 to 100. Theme, the acting, the character development of the main characters, or the ones that we feel were the majority, or ones that we feel changed most.
Yeah, kind of like the standouts.
Yeah. Music, we grade on a scale of 1 to 10. The effects, we do on a scale of 0 to 100. The costumes, 1 to 10. And then we give it like a genre grade, which this one's... What do you think should be this one should be definitely a superhero.
Yes.
Because duh. But what should the subgenre be?
Is it? I don't know if it's adventure.
I'm thinking like a family.
Yeah,
like
that's kind of
a family superhero movie.
It is. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, so yeah, and like I said, the genre grade is 0 to 100, and then at the end of the breakdown, we come up with our final grade for the movie.
Yeah,
and we try to be as unbiased as humanly possible. So I went to go see this on Saturday night, and you just got back from it.
Yep, yeah. Caught the 250 showing.
Hell yeah. So, let's just kick it off. For those of you that don't know already, these are spoiler reviews. We're just going to go over everything in the movie.
So if you want the whole movie spoiled, please stay tuned.
Yeah, or go see it.
Yeah.
So,
hugest spoiler in the movie, Shazam chokes Superman. Kills Superman. It's the biggest spoiler of the movie. I did not see that ending coming. What about you?
It was a little heavy for the kids.
Yeah, right? Like, PG-13 my ass. Should have been rated R.
Yep. So, first off, story.
And I have the synopsis.
Yep.
Shazam explores Billy Batson's life. An abandoned 14-year-old looking for his parents, isolated himself from anyone willing to give him anything until he is given a final chance to settle in with a new foster family, themselves orphans, hoping they can help him see sense. Billy finds himself out of his depth quickly, and it ends as so many had before, him running away. But this time he runs into a powerful wizard and must take the mantle of Shazam, leaving him with a confusing face, a confusing body, confusing powers, and no one to turn to but his foster family.
So the movie opens up. I didn't realize where they were going to take this.
That was one. Okay, like for a second when this movie opened, I actually thought like all three of them were going to die when the car flips. I'm like, okay, well that's one way to open it, Warner Brothers. Okay, all right, I can respect that, but no, then they all lived.
Yeah, I really liked how they opened it.
I did too.
You really felt why it opens up with a young Thaddeus Savannah, and I thought they called him like Thaddy, and I thought they called him Batty. So I'm like, is that a young Billy Batson?
Really? You heard Batty?
I heard Batty, but my
Fatty.
hearing is absolute shit.
Might want to get that checked.
Yeah. So, yeah, everyone else, I guess, heard Thaddy.
I don't even know if I heard Thaddy. I just heard Thad. Did they really say Thaddy?
I don't know.
Huh.
They
second
what I
guessing
heard.
each other now.
Yeah. So they open that up, and they're like mean to this kid.
Like, damn. His brother's a dick.
Yeah. Friggin' asshole.
This was all your fault. If you weren't playing with that stupid 8-ball, Dad wouldn't have flown out of the car. Well, I mean, he's got a little bit of a point.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's holding this. He's getting picked on by his family, and then they suddenly just disappear. And I was like, "Where the hell is this going?"
Yeah.
And then it does the thing where he ends up at the Rock of Eternity.
Oh, that's what it's called?
Yeah, I think
okay.
that's what the cave is called.
Okay.
Yeah, so they call it the Rock of Eternity, and he's face to face with the Wizard, which is what's his name, Dijon Hanso.
He plays Korath in the MCU. That's
Yeah.
really all you need to know.
Yeah, so he is looking for a successor to take on his powers, or like to take his place as the
champion.
Yeah, as champion, to keep the 7 deadly sins in check. But he is tempted by this eye, and like the 7 deadly sins kind of get him to go towards this eye, and then the wizard's just like, you are not worthy,
Get
you
the
are
hell
not
out.
pure of heart, and then just sends him on his merry way.
Okay, really quickly, with the 7 deadly sins and the statues of them, I don't know if this was just me, but I got a huge like throwback to TMNT with
a total throwback.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I totally thought of the Stone Brothers and sister. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
It wasn't just you.
Okay.
Dude, and it took me forever. Like, I was on my ride home when I realized that. Because I was like, look, like, when they were doing their thing, and I'm like, what the hell is this from?
Yeah.
And then I was driving home, and I'm just like, Ninja Turtles. Yeah, you get a very strong TMNT vibe right there. The way that they're talking, because their eyes are glowing.
Yeah.
And everything. The statue design was incredible,
It
though.
was. Those look badass.
Yeah.
Very intimidating.
Yeah, so he's doing all this, and if he's able to, like, Shazam, or the wizard, Shazam is his name, is able to kind of hold back the 7 deadly sins with his power, but he's grown weaker as he grows older.
Mm-hmm.
So he needs to find a champion to take his place. And apparently, he goes through a shit ton of champions.
Yeah, like, damn.
Yeah, and I really appreciated how it eventually got down to Billy.
What I find interesting, though, with, like, because this never showed in the trailers, of course, but Billy was never offered the, like, oh, if you take this eye, you get everything you want. So Billy was kind of just like, well, if I don't do this, then I just leave. I'm not offered two options.
Yeah.
So, in essence, Billy kind of got a one-up.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But this is where I also feel it fit. Like, it wouldn't have mattered.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he gets introduced to the wizard, he's just, or all the other people are like, he's like, all the other people that got abducted, and they're like doing this study of mass hysteria, and they're all talking about the wizard that takes them and saying like, I'll get all this power. But then there were these statues. They were all saying like, yeah, I can do this. Like, yeah, I want this power. Yes, yes, yes. And then when Billy comes around and he's just like, I'm trying to find someone who's pure of heart, this and that, he doesn't accept it. He's just like, that's not me, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, no one else did that.
I find it interesting that he points out, like, yeah, that's not me, and I don't even know if there is anyone pure of heart. I thought that was interesting that he pointed that out.
Yeah. I think he is a person that like lost faith in humanity.
Yeah, he really did. And kind of towards the ending, like you kind of understand and
why.
Yeah, and
his
that was
backstory is just rough.
It is. But the kid that played him, Asher Angel, did a remarkable job. He was amazing. But
so good.
Let's save that for acting.
Yeah. So I really liked how you kind of related with the villain, Dr. Savannah.
Yeah, you did.
You really got in his head about like why he's such a shitty guy.
Yeah.
And
damn, he threw his own brother out the window.
Yeah, he didn't even think twice.
No, he did not.
And for good reason. His brother's a dick.
Yeah. And then I forget which sin he had to eat his father.
Greed.
Greed? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I liked how I liked how he was able to kind of control the sins, and then it wasn't until the end when Billy figured out that
where's
the
number
sins
7?
were controlling him.
Yeah, I just love how he points out. He's like, "Wait, that's only 6. Where's the 7th?" And
I loved that.
That was which one was in him again?
Envy.
Envy. That's what it was.
Because that's like his whole deal. He's envious of people with power.
Yeah.
He's envious of his brother, who's the right-hand man of his father, and he's envious of his father. And then he eventually gets this power, and he's just like, no one can beat me. And the Sins say, no, the Wizard's champion can beat you. And then he wants that power.
Yep.
And it's constant envy.
Yep. Nothing is ever good enough.
Yeah. And, like that worked amazingly well.
It did. I completely agree.
Now, Billy's story, I really liked because it showed two different perspectives of that story.
It did.
It showed his perspective where he thought that he was just having a good time with his mom at the carnival and got separated from her, and then she just kind of lost him and couldn't find him forever. And he was on the constant hunt for this family, and that he like never had.
Yeah.
And it kind of grows into while he's dealing with that, that's when he gets the power thrown on him. It's not something to help him with this, or it's not something to like his issues with his family and him getting the powers are things that he's struggling with at the same time, and I loved that.
I did too.
Someone pointed out that this is kind of like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse a bit with the coming of age story.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of anything that stood out in the story that I had issues with. Like, can you think of anything?
Not really. Story-wise, I feel it flowed pretty damn well. Really,
Yeah,
there
it
weren't
totally
really
did.
any hiccups.
It wasn't like super slow.
No,
it
it
was
wasn't.
really, really well paced.
Yeah, like I was never bored at all during this movie.
This movie actually felt longer than it was, but not in a
It-
bad way.
Yes, yeah, no, I completely agree.
Like we had this issue with Fan 4 Stick where it just felt really quick, but it was like a decent sized movie. They just went through so much stuff. This, they had the correct amount of stuff and then just put you through it. They didn't have too much
Yes.
stuff in it, and it flowed really well.
Like, I feel even at having all the other foster kids like turn into their own Shazam, I don't think that really affected the story at all or even slowed it down. It wasn't overblown.
It was a really well put together piece.
Yeah.
Or like that aspect of the story. Like that was really well put together. Like it didn't feel out of place.
Nope.
It didn't feel forced in any way. Yeah, like it wasn't. Like I'm trying to protect his foster family. Opened a door to the Rock of Eternity for him to go get the staff so he could transfer his power. And like normal curious people do, the foster family just walked through the door, not realizing that it was going to shut behind them and they were going to be freaking SOL.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, it didn't seem forced because like they were put in that situation. They're like, oh shit. And then it just kind of worked into a way where Billy knew that he was outnumbered and he's just like, wait, I can transfer my power like this wizard did to me. And then was like kind of realized, hey, I got a whole freaking team here.
Yeah. Which was, that was so awesome.
Yeah.
I love at the part when he's like, "Okay, everyone put your hands on the staff and then say my name." They're like, "Billy, no, not my actual name, the name I say to turn into this guy."
Dude, I loved the scene with the wizard where he's like, "Place your hand on my staff," and he's like, "Ew."
Yeah. I still laugh, even though like it was played out in the trailer when he's like, "Say my name, but I don't know your name, Shazam." He's like, "Wait, for real?" I still laughed at that because it's still funny.
A lot of the stuff that we saw in the trailer still made me laugh.
Yeah,
because I think there was just more context behind it. Like it's funny on its own. It's funnier with the context.
yeah, like the whole like oh my goodness, I guess like a corner store or whatever. That whole scene still made me laugh out loud. Everything in there, even though most of it we saw in the trailers or clips, it was damn funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I love that it took him so long to figure out that saying Shazam turns him back.
Yeah. I love when they're testing out the bullet immunity. He's like, "Wait, we only know that your suit is bullet immunity. Shoot at his face." Yeah, shoot it. Wait, what?
I can't believe the robbers did.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, I'd been like, F that, and left.
Yeah, seriously, though.
Oh, that's more of the acting, because I have so much to say about the acting in this.
Yeah, I do, too.
I'm just trying to think of how well the story flowed. Because it flowed perfectly. There wasn't any, like, big hiccups.
No, there really wasn't.
So, what are you thinking with grade on story?
Almost like a 95?
That's what I'm thinking,
Yeah.
too. Like a real hard 95.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So let's go 95. All right. The theme. And I think this was a very family-centric theme.
It was kind of like learning to, what's the word? Like, sometimes being placed into a new family is better than your old family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, he was searching for something that didn't exist. Like, he thought it was his mom lost him and then just couldn't find him for the longest time. And he was searching for
Someone who didn't want him.
Yeah.
Which, oh my gosh,
And
that was
that
so
was
depressing.
heartbreaking.
That was so sad.
It led to like an amazing growth moment.
Yeah.
But
I love how he hands it over the like ball compass, hands it over to her, and he's like, "I think you need this more than me."
yeah, I love that.
That
like,
was fantastic.
I think that was when he like truly let go of his idea of family.
Yeah.
Like, he already had his hesitations towards it, but that's when he, like, truly gave it up, and he was just like, where do I start? And then later, when he realized that he could count on his foster family
Yeah.
and cared for them, that's when he started, his opinions on the family changed.
Yeah.
So, what are you thinking with the theme? Because I think there was minor issues.
There was, but it was still really, it was great seeing where Billy Batson started and where he ended at the end of the film.
That's more of a character
Yeah.
development
Okay.
thing.
Sorry.
So this is more like the theme of family.
Yeah.
I feel it was a little overplayed with some like the things that the foster family or the foster parents were saying. Like they played it like loving family, like hardcore.
Yeah.
And so I think that kind of detracted a little bit from it.
But I did like that how they pointed out that like we were foster kids ourselves. We get it. Just take your time. That's all we care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked how they were talking, like when they thought he ran away, and they were just like, "What are we gonna do? Like, someone else is gonna find him." And they're like, "Well, when they call and say, hey, they got him, like we're gonna be the first people that accept him back with open arms." And I was like, "That is freaking great."
Yeah, that is really great.
But it was, yeah, they played it back super hard.
Yeah, I can
like
agree
over
with
and
that.
over again, and I'm just like, we get it.
Yeah.
Like, you love him, we get it.
Maybe like an 85?
I'm thinking 85 as well.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to acting.
Yeah.
We got Billy Batson, played by Asher Angel. Shazam, played by Zachary Levi. Freddy, who is played by Jack Dylan Grazer and Adam Brody. Dr. Savannah, who is played by Mark Strong. Darla, who is played by Faith Herman and Megan Good. Mary, who is played by Grace Fulton and Michelle Borth. Eugene, who is played by Ian Chen and Ross Butler. Pedro, who is played by Yovan Armand and DJ Catrona. Rosa, who is the foster mom, played by Marta Milans. And Victor, the foster dad, who is played by Cooper Andrews. So, I think we should just go down the list there.
I agree. Let's do it.
Because these were a lot of the main people
Yeah.
in this. So let's start with Asher Angel.
Okay.
Billy Batson.
So I feel what's the word? I feel Jack Dylan Grazer is going to get a lot more attention from this movie because it feels like he had a lot more to do. Well, not more like
his part was
Yeah.
or Asher and Zachary split the screen time.
But I feel Asher Angel's role should not go like what's the word? Unseen or what, like unrecognized, because he was amazing as Billy Batson.
He was.
I don't think I have any complaints about him. Like, I think he was like good at like the emotional parts that he needed to. You could definitely he played off being the foster kid who literally I can take care of myself. I don't need anybody. Just like this is just temporary. I don't really love any of you. I think he played that off very, very well.
I think there were some issues with his acting a little bit. Like the character himself was a little inconsistent. The scene where the bullies are picking on Freddy.
Yeah.
Him going to fight those bullies or to beat on them was really kind of out of place for him. Especially for where he was later down the line. He was like cowardly later in the movie, but then like kind of the hero at the beginning.
If
so,
you listen to kind of like what they're saying to him, like, oh, is your fake family going to stand up for you?
Yeah, but he agrees. He's like, yeah, we're not a real family.
I can't. I gotta watch the scene again, but I want to say that there was like one line that like made him just like turn around, and like you can understand why.
So it was the fake
It
family
was the
thing.
fake
It was the
family?
fake family thing. But like that's the thing that got me. It's just like, okay, are you going to be the guy that stands up for the little guy? Like why did he stand up to these bullies?
I don't know. I feel like the fake family thing, and given the fact that he's, the poor kid is crippled, and he does add after he beats their ass that, like, oh, sorry that I aimed low, but it seems like you guys don't like to play fair or fight fair. So, I don't know. In a way, like, I think like just those two things pushed it to where he's like, I'm not just gonna stand back and let this go.
Which kind of doesn't make sense for like with what he did later. Like running away from Savannah.
That's a good point.
It was odd.
I mean, Savannah did have superpowers. Thgoing guys were just bullies. It is kind of
yeah,
like
but he did
day,
that knowing that if they caught him, they were going to kick his ass.
That's a good point.
So I'd have to dock a little bit from him, and this is just because he was such a big role in this too.
Okay.
There was some inconsistency with the character and how he acted. And I feel like that could be like a character development thing too. It could be docked as both because he seemed like super like, oh, I'm going to stand up for the little guy, and then later was just like, yeah, friggin' screw that shit. Like I have these powers now, and the only one I'm going to stand up for is myself. And then when it's got too hard, he's like, I'm going to go run away like a little puppy. So he was the character, and I don't think that has anything to do with him. I think that's more of a writing thing.
It is, yeah. It didn't have anything to do with the actor.
So I'm going to dock that a little bit more in character development than I am in acting.
Okay.
Acting wise, I think he did really good.
Yeah.
And I think that, yeah, I think if he's setting the bar for Billy,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking 90.
Can we meet in the middle? 93?
I can give you 93.
Thank you.
Okay, Zachary Levi. So him, we need to judge how well he portrayed playing Billy Batson. In a way.
So he kind of portrays Billy Batson as a kind of like a 14-year-old kid figuring out his superpowers. And in that aspect, he did a great job. I mean, if I was 14 and had all these, I'd be freaking my ass out.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think. Because I think the biggest complaint we had about him with the trailers was that he seemed a lot more kiddie than
he did.
Billy was.
But at the same time, I don't know. Because, like, Billy's, like, really... Like, he's a hard kid. Like, you don't really see Billy, like, enjoy being a kid. But when he's placed into this body of a superhero, it looks like he's having the time of his life. So, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you were placed into the body of a superhero, would you go from kind of like a downer, I'm not enjoying my childhood, or I'm not enjoying being a kid, to being like, this is freaking awesome, I'm having the time of my life?
Okay, I'll give you that. I think I would act like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, so I'll give Zachary a little bit more points than that. I think in the more serious moments, he did play his part really well. Like, he felt like you said, the guy or the 15-year-old that's having the time of his life with these powers. And then when someone comes around and is like, you're not using them right, then he gets a little like, angsty.
Yeah.
And I think he pulled angsty off really well.
He did very well.
So, there were a few scenes that stood out to me that fell flat with his acting. And the one scene is when he is like super far away from Savannah, and he's just the whole thing where he's like, I can't hear you, dude.
I actually liked that scene.
I thought it was hilarious, but his acting was off there.
I'll give you that.
It felt like really out of place.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Like I said, don't get me wrong, it was freaking hilarious. And I'm like, exactly. Like, this is exactly how this crap works.
Yeah, seriously though.
But it also, like I said, out of place.
Okay, I can agree with that.
So for that, what are you thinking?
Do we think maybe the same score? 93?
I'm thinking like 90.
90?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I did actually like Asher Angel a little bit more than Zachary Levi in this movie.
Yeah.
That's like weird to say that I liked a kid actor I've never seen more than someone I've seen a lot of, but yeah.
Yeah, and I think we're being a little harsher on Zachary Levi because I think his role was a little bit more significant.
But yeah, it was.
Next, we got Freddy, played by Jack Dylan Grazer, who was the super sick kid. Big old quotation marks there in It.
Yep, he played Eddie.
Freddy.
Well, in It, he was Eddie.
Oh, that's right. I was going to fail you again. I'm like, nope, it was Freddy, dude.
Gosh, watch your damn movies, man. Come on.
So he played the character that knew everything and anything there is to know about superheroes. And he pulled that off really well.
Yeah, very, very well. This kid, he's shown to me that he can really act, especially in It, and I feel he kicked it up a notch in this movie.
He did. I didn't think he could do any better than he did in It, but he did fantastic.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like a scene that I had a problem with him in.
There wasn't one for me.
Yeah,
like,
no, there wasn't.
Pulled off every scene he was in. He like stole the show.
Yeah, he did. Like the way that he welcomes Billy is so funny. Like he's what's the dad's name? Victor pushed me down the stairs. No, dude, I'm just kidding. It's what was the other one?
Cancer.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I'm just kidding. He's like, they may seem nice, but it really gets Game of Thrones up here at night. He's like, dude, stop being so serious. It's so great.
He pulled every scene. He was like, I think damn near perfect performance from him.
I completely agree.
So I'm giving 100.
Yeah, me too.
Adam Brody, who also played Freddy, but in Shazam form.
Yeah.
He felt okay.
He did. As far as like the adult versions go of these characters, I think he was one of the best ones. Because like everything that came out of his mouth, I'm like, yeah, that'd be coming out of Freddy's mouth.
Yeah.
Like the whole, I've read all of the moves when it comes to supervillains. Let's see what you got. And one of the 7 Deadly Sins brings out his his like huge claws, and he's like, well, that's terrifying.
Yep. Yeah, he did really good, I think.
Yeah, like for what he was given, and I feel it's kind of hard to pull off an adult version of a kid sometimes. I mean, some people have done a great job, but at the same time, it's a very hard thing to do.
Yeah, it is really tough.
Especially like not like the adult version of a kid. I mean, like when you're the adult version of this kid, but you're still acting like the kid. You're still the kid at heart.
I wonder how much time they, like these actors that portrayed the superhero versions of them, how much time they spent with those kids.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because I think with the older kids, it may have been a little easier to kind of twist them the way that you wanted to. But with the younger ones like Darla or Eugene, I feel it might be a little harder for someone to kind of get their mannerisms right.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But right now, just Adam Brody. I'm thinking because this is kind of weird. Like I think we need to come up with something for the acting grade, because there is some where their acting was good, but it wasn't an outstanding thing. Like Adam Brody's, he was good, but it didn't stand out
Yeah.
as much as Jack Dylan's did.
Yes.
So I'm thinking 90.
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
Maybe I was thinking maybe 85.
I would give him a 90.
90?
Yeah, I think he deserves it.
Okay. Moving on to Mark Strong, who played Dr. Savannah.
I thought he did a good job.
I think he did too. There were times where he felt a little off.
Yeah.
There was the scene when he was in the boardroom. That felt a little weird. Because he was getting intimidated by these little punk assholes, and he's an intimidating human being.
Yes.
And I think he was trying to play that he was a little vulnerable, more vulnerable than he looked.
True.
He looked they could ruin my life right now, when it looked completely opposite.
Yeah.
And then there were some scenes where when he runs in, or when he first meets Billy,
Yeah.
as Shazam, and says give me your power, that felt really it felt weird when he's just give me your power, and he's just really, dude, what did you expect was going to happen? He's just okay, here you go.
Yeah. But I mean, this is how supervillains work in movies, let's face it.
Yeah. I'm thinking 80.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Yeah, I love Mark Strong. I love what he did with the character. I love the story behind the character. Wasn't super digging some of those scenes.
I wasn't either.
Moving on to Darla, played by Faith Herman, who most people would recognize as Randall Pearson's youngest daughter from This Is Us.
I've only seen a couple episodes of This Is Us, so I do not.
You're missing out on an amazing show, dude.
Yeah, I know.
What did you think about her?
She was freaking adorable.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
She was so freaking cute. It pissed me off how cute she was.
I
Times.
know.
I was just gosh, you can do no
Billy
wrong.
just had to be a dick to her at the beginning.
I know.
It's you don't have to hug me every time. We're not really brother and sister. I'm like, dude, way to crush your spirits, man.
Yeah, she can't help that she's a hugger. Friggin' asshole.
Seriously, she's trying to make the best of this foster situation by considering you, her brother. And you were ruining that for her. She was the first to welcome him into the home with open arms.
Yeah, exactly. I have no issues with her.
I don't either.
I loved her scene with Mary and Pedro when they're on the couch and Mary's just don't you guys see it? Billy's Shazam. They don't have the name, but what do they call him? The Red Tornado or the superhero?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they would be don't you see Billy's the superhero? How would he know that I was in a foster, all this other stuff? And then she's just finally you guys figured it out. I'm still a good sister. Just confirming what they were doing.
Yeah.
I think there would have been a glimmer of doubt, but then Darla was just yes. So I'm thinking 95 for her because I freaking loved her.
Yeah, she was amazing.
I really liked her sassiness. Even when she was little.
Yeah.
It was with the 7 deadly sins when Savannah's just eat the little one. I'm like, what? Like, this is some dark shit, dude.
So
And
much
then
for
when
family
when
friendly.
he like was like no, and she put him down, she like slapped
yeah,
the seven deadly sin or whichever one that was. What was that one?
I don't know.
I know gluttony was the fat one. Greed. I forget what the monkey one was. I'd have to do more.
I honestly
research on
only
this.
remember what envy looks like.
Yeah. I remember gluttony and
I do remember
greed a little
lust
bit.
a little bit because after Billy makes that joke about like I expected Lust to be a lot hotter, I kind of like focused in on her like during like the big like group action shot. So I do remember Lust a little bit.
Yeah. I want to get a picture of like all of these.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I love that one. Yeah, so 95 for Faith Herman. Megan Good. She was my favorite adult of these foster kids. She played adult Darla.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually think my favorite was probably Adult Freddy.
I see your point there,
Yeah.
but I'm still going for Darla.
That's completely fair
she's-
because I loved her as adult Darla. She was great. Especially like when she like saves Santa and she's like, "Oh my goodness, you're really him. I've been great all year, I promise." It's like, what the hell? That was funny.
Yeah. I had no issues with her
I didn't
performance
either. She pulled off how old is Darla? Like 8?
She's young.
Yeah.
I don't remember her age though.
Well, however old she is, she did a very good job at portraying her as a 20-something-year-old in it, or a kid in a 20-something-year-old's body.
Yeah. I'm thinking 90 because I can't justify giving them like a really good score with how little of a role they had.
That's fair.
And
I
it's
can
like
agree
it's
with that.
rough, but they were also a big part of it because they were portraying the kids as well.
Yes, I agree.
All right, moving on to Mary, played by Grace Fulton. And Grace was the oldest of these foster kids. And I really liked her.
I did too. I don't know. Did she really get a lot to do in this movie?
Not a whole ton.
She
Her main thing was she applied for colleges
Yeah.
and got in.
And now she has to leave her family.
Yeah, like, so we first get introduced to her at the beginning when Billy's getting introduced, and they're like, just go with the whole foster family thing. You'll, like, they eat that shit up.
That was so funny.
Yeah. And then the next time we see her is when Billy saves her from getting ran over.
Yep.
And then kind of spoils that he's...
Shazam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one... And then like, her role kind of increased with, like, after that moment. Because then she was there to kind of put the pieces together that he's Shazam. And I liked how she was able to piece it together because Billy ruined it.
Yeah, he kind of did. And I did appreciate towards the ending, like when Billy's fighting off Dr. Savannah, how she kind of really gets the chance to play like the big sister kind of role. She's trying to protect all 3 of the other other 4 young kids. So I thought that was cool. It was kind of a cool character arc for her.
Yeah. She apparently plays a really big part in the comics. And
She didn't really get that chance in the movie.
Yeah. I hope that they explore the story of some of the other kids a little bit better.
I do too.
If they are in the sequel.
Yeah.
Because I think the others are like have super interesting backstories.
They do. I completely agree.
I mean, as much as we got.
Yeah, and we didn't get a whole lot.
Yeah. So we got a lot more of Grace than we did Michelle Borth, who played the adult. Or
Yeah.
what would you grade Grace?
I feel you don't really have a lot to grade her off of. I mean, and like everything that she was in, she did a really good job. I really don't have any problem with her acting at all.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like 85.
Yeah.
What about Michelle Borth? Because we didn't see a lot of her either.
I don't even know if I can like really grade her acting as more of her like presence.
Should we skip her?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I think she only said like one word.
Maybe.
Yeah, seriously though.
One note I do have about this.
Yeah.
Casting for the adult version of Grace Fulton, amazing. Like I thought it was Mary, but with makeup.
Yeah, I did too. So
and
yeah,
I was like, wait, did they even change her? And then when the credits happened and they showed that the change, okay.
Yeah. So good casting on the casting director's part. Great job.
Moving on to Eugene, played by Ian Chen.
I loved this kid.
Yeah, he's the youngest brother in Fresh Off the Boat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
It's a pretty good show.
Huh. Okay, I'll have to check it out.
And he was pretty great.
Yeah.
He didn't play a whole lot. He didn't have a whole lot to do at the beginning. Other than, like, he was one of the first to get introduced to Billy.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I think the line that he says when he's first introduced is pretty funny. Like the dad's, what's his name, Victor, is like, hey, no video games after dark. He's like, oh, when did it get dark outside?
Yeah, I love how they set him up as the video game nerd and how it came back when he got superpowers.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about in a second. Yeah, he was also one of those, he didn't have a whole lot to do. The only thing that he really did was the research on
Billy's actual mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
all thanks to Watch Dogs. That's the main reason why he was able to.
So I have a hard time grading him.
I do too.
So maybe skip him as well, because I think.
Yeah, but what about didn't they kind of like have the exact same thing with the young and adult versions of him?
Yeah, shit. Okay, yeah, well, we'll skip Ian Chen and Ross Butler, but Ross Butler played the adult version of Eugene, and I think he did really well at being, like, they still kept the feel of, like, the video game nerd, and him, like, using his lightning and saying, like, Hadouken.
Especially how he added the fatality.
The fatality.
That was amazing.
And he's like, look, I even did it with my voice. Like, I thought that was really great.
It was.
Yeah, I think even with Pedro's super hard, he didn't even talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. The adult version of him had more character development than the actual character.
Yeah, if you can even count that as development.
Yeah, because all he says is, "Guys, look at these pecs," and oh my goodness, I actually do got it. That's his 2 lines.
Yeah, like, gosh damn it,
we suck.
Yeah. We should have thought this one through a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, like, all of these had, like, significant...
I did
when
too,
you really think about it, you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
Like, they're all great. They portrayed being little kids. I mean, Pedro's was a little older.
Yeah.
But...
He's kind of like the kid that keeps to himself and is kind of silent, but... It's
like the person we would be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can't really grade him on anything because he was good at being quiet.
Yes.
Just the man of few words.
There we go.
Well, I guess we're going to skip Pedro.
Okay.
Well, at least we can do Rosa and Victor.
That is true.
What did you think about Rosa, played by Marta Milans?
I thought she was really good. I thought it was... I'm not combining the 2 characters, but I thought it was interesting how her and Rosa and Victor bounced off of each other. How they both opened their home to these foster kids, but she was kind of the more kind of like not skeptical one, but like she was always afraid that if they did run off, they would never come back. Whereas he always had a feeling that, you know, if they do, that's amazing, and we will, you know, we'll be the first to open them back up, welcome them back with open arms.
Yeah. I liked her worry felt very genuine.
It did. It really did.
And I liked how, like, the contrast with her and Victor. Like, she was just the worrywart, and he was the more the lovey-dovey
Yeah.
kind of guy.
I mean, but that does... Should we, like, group these into, like, one grade? What do you think?
We can.
Or do you think we should grade them individually?
I think we should do it together, because they were never on screen apart.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, I'd say together.
I agree with how you said, like, he was, like, kind of like the whole, like, lovey-dovey kind of father, Victor was. But I did like how, like, when they were finally able to talk to Billy, like, he brought out his, like, full, like, I don't know, like, parent, like, I don't know, like, not, like, angry father, but, like, worried father, that it's, like, you know, like, I don't care that you're just a foster kid that barely came into our lives. We still love you, and we care about you, and we've been wondering where the hell you've been. Like, why did you run off on us?
Mm-hmm. And the whole, like, he showed up all beat up, too.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're getting into fights, you're skipping classes, you're doing this, you're doing that. Like,
the hell is going on?
We care about you. And
yeah.
all like that, I really liked. And then, yeah, they really, I think they nailed this couple.
I completely agree. They did. Like, I definitely got a sense of a vibe that they're a married couple that because they were in the same shoes as these kids when they were younger, they understand what they're going through. They understand, like, why they're so hesitant or why it takes them so long to get adjusted. And I feel that added so much to their characters.
It did. It added a lot to their character. So what are you thinking for a grade?
Like a 90?
For both of them?
Yeah.
I can give you that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So that averages out to a 90.
Nice.
For overall acting.
Very nice.
Okay, character development. I think that we should just focus on Billy, Freddie, and Savannah.
Yes, I agree.
Unless there's, like, another one that you're thinking of.
No, that was the only three.
Okay. So, starting off with Billy, what did you think?
I really enjoyed his character arc throughout the movie. I especially like where they started it out, where he basically, I love how he tricks cops into thinking there's an actual robbery at the pawn shop, but no, he's just tricking them into being able to go into their cop car and use their computer to find his mom. That was pretty damn funny.
That was pretty great.
Yeah. And then he steals the cop's lunch.
It just shows how adept he is.
Yeah, right? Like, he's kind of a little bit of a con boy.
Yeah. It's always those kids that turn out to be pretty great.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he wasn't ever doing anything wrong.
No.
He was just...
Well, I mean,
locking them away was, yeah. Like, honestly, I just don't understand why he didn't... Oh, wait, there's, like, privacy laws. I was going to say, I don't understand why he just didn't ask.
yeah, no, there's the whole, yeah.
Yeah, but there's, like, a whole privacy law.
Yeah, I'm sure he thought of that. But
yeah, he didn't have to steal that cop's lunch. That was just him being an asshole.
Yeah, a little bit. But no, I thought his character arc was very good.
Going from
the loner foster kid that literally believes that he can take care of himself, he doesn't need anybody else, to a kid that after his real family is not as great as he thought it was, to coming to realize that no, this foster family I have now, to me, is my real family.
Yeah. Something I wish that they would have touched on, and this is something I read on like one of these like Shazam trivia sites
Yeah.
or just superhero trivia things. So Shazam, so when Billy turns into Shazam, that is like his perfect image of what his father is. And
oh shit.
yeah, like I don't know if that's true or not. I don't read Shazam comics at all, but I guess they've shown pictures. This is just from my understanding that they've shown pictures of of Billy's dad in the comics, and he's just like a grungy looking version of what Shazam looks like. So it's kind of like he's like just not well put together.
Yeah.
And when he said when Billy says Shazam, he kind of turns into what his dad would look like if he was all put together and nice and had his life together.
So
but they focus a lot on the mom, so I don't think they're ever going to touch on that.
So if he's thinking of like his dad being in like kind of like the low spot of his life and everything, I don't know why, but when it comes to like seeing Zachary Levi in kind of like a low spot in his life, I think of his role in Alvin and the Chipmunks the Squeakquel.
Yeah, that was pretty low.
Yeah. So there you go. Take that appearance of how he is in that movie. And
yeah, like if they were like, I think it'd be cool if he was like in the sequel went to go visit his dad in jail.
that would actually
like
that'd be pretty cool.
Like if it was like a situation where he like maybe he's getting adopted by Rosa and Victor.
Yeah.
And the mom's already signed away her rights, and it's like the dad's turn, and he goes to the courthouse to be there, and it's like a just a rough looking Zachary Levi playing that, like where it looks like he's heftier and just like rugged looking and just like ratty hair or something.
That would be pretty cool. I'd really like to see that in the sequel.
Yeah, I'd like to see them touch on that a little bit too. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I like how he went from, like I was talking or saying earlier, how he went from the loner kid to the guy that thought that he could do anything with superpowers now and like earn all this money off of people.
I thought that was a funny thing that they added, that he was basically just performing like tricks with his superpowers to earn money. That was funny. I thought that was a funny addition.
That was hilarious. I liked when he caught the bus.
Yeah.
And was going to put it down, and the dog got in the way, and he's just like, "Move, dog!"
Come on, please be a good boy. Please be a good boy and move.
Dude, like, I don't know about you, but I would be knocked the hell out if I was that Asian dude that crashed against the glass.
Seriously, though. Oh, I would have had the wind knocked out of me.
Yeah, I would have been, like, out.
Any one of those people that hit the window. Like,
yeah, there was like three of them.
Yeah. Like, they hit that thing pretty freaking hard.
Yeah, like, the dude in the... When he grabbed the freaking mattress... The Asian dude was like, "This is where I die."
Yeah. His face was priceless.
Yeah. So I had a hard time believing that the glass
held that well
against three people falling flat against that.
Yeah.
After it was like crackling a ton with just the Asian dude.
And considering like the two that like smack after him were kind of like towards the middle of the bus, they got some decent speed.
Yeah.
In that window. So
yeah, that was just full on just bat.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I have a hard time believing that thing didn't break after one, if not two people.
And three.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it didn't even break. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm just like, bullshit.
Yeah. Seriously.
Like if it starts crackling after one dude, it's gonna break after 3 direct hits.
Yes.
But that's got nothing to do with how he is as a character.
Yeah.
I liked how they showed how Billy was running away from Savannah when he realized that he was like in real danger.
Yeah.
Like he thinks he's Superman, like invulnerable to everything, and then he realizes he's not, and then that's when he starts panicking and running away. And then he gets worried, but then Savannah, like he's still worried. He doesn't want to, but then he realizes that the family that does care for him is in danger, and then he's just like, well, shit, and kind of goes into action that way. It's not really because he wants to, it's because he feels he needs to.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of helps solidify the whole situation with him accepting that he needs family to help.
Yeah, that he doesn't have to be alone in on this.
So what are you thinking for a grade on his story arc?
Like a 90?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
We're connected.
What are you thinking for Freddy? Because as much as I love Jack Dylan Grazer, I feel his arc wasn't super great.
It wasn't, but I feel like the character really didn't have a lot of places to go, per se. I mean, I did like that that whole exchange after, like the bus the bus situation, how Billy points out that like, oh, like you make it think like these are your superpowers, and I know you'd wish it was, and like just like his monologue, how he goes into, like, yeah, I really wish it was because I know everything about this, like I think I deserve this, but it all happened to you.
Yeah. Like that felt very storybook to me.
It did.
You knew that conversation was coming.
Yeah, that's
Which
a point.
has nothing to do with this. Is the more of a we should add a writing category.
We should. I agree.
Because that was lazy writing.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna add that after today. We're gonna add a writing category.
I like this idea.
As for character development, he didn't really go anywhere.
No.
The only place he went was from being the crippled kid to being having superpowers.
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't really think Freddy really needed a huge character arc. He really didn't need to go anywhere.
He was kind of like Billy's shaman.
Yeah, there we
that
go.
led him on his journey. So because of that, I'm thinking like 75 on his arc. He doesn't have an arc.
Dude, at least give him an 80.
I can meet you in the middle at like 77.
78. Take it or leave it.
Fine, I'll give you 78.
Thank you.
And that's just because that's nothing against the actor. It's just his character stayed in the same place.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Like enough to give me my 77?
Nope, sticking with 78.
Fine, be that way, asshole.
Not letting you off that easy, buddy.
Okay, what about Dr. Savannah? I felt his arc was really good.
It was. I don't feel he was Did you feel at all he was a throwaway villain?
I would honestly like to see him back.
I would too. I didn't think he was a throwaway villain.
Yeah, like I feel Red Skull was more of a throwaway villain than
Yeah, I haven't seen Captain America: The First Avenger in years. Well,
yeah,
sorry, not years, since last year.
What really happens is he grabs the Tesseract and just disappears. Like and you don't miss him. Like, who I do miss is Loki, because we got a little bit of backstory with Loki.
Yeah.
You see where he's coming from, and that's the exact same thing that they did with him.
Yeah.
They gave him a backstory, so you feel like some really shitty, like, abandonment issues.
He really did.
And, like, issues with his self-worth and everything, and that makes for, like, a really interesting character, I think.
I would agree.
Someone who's just constantly after power. So, like, his arc, he went from someone that had no power to basically forcing his way to get more, ends up getting it, and then it leaves him, and then he's just, like, distraught after that. I mean, it's not like a fun arc to follow.
No.
But it's an arc nonetheless.
Yes.
And it's an amazing one. Like, really well done. And I don't want to give it a 95, but I want to give it a couple points higher than Shazam's. Or than Billy's. Maybe like 92.
Really? Because I was thinking 90 as well.
Thinking 90?
Yeah. How about we meet in the
Okay,
middle?
I can give you 90.
I was going to say meet in the middle with 91.
Nah, I can give you 90.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay. And that brings our character development average to 86.
It's not bad.
All right, music. Did you have any issues with the music? Because
no,
I felt
there was there really barely any in there.
well, okay, it was mainly the score.
Yeah,
there was his lightning with my hands.
Yeah,
that little song. That was fun.
I forget the song that's playing at the beginning of the movie. It's a Christmas song, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a lot of Christmas songs in this.
I don't know, like the song choices were good.
There aren't really any that stood out.
Yeah, I know.
So it was real average.
So I'm not like gonna go out and buy the soundtrack.
Yeah.
So maybe like a 6.
I was thinking like 7.
All right, 7.
Because it, like I said, just average.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything like that stood out.
I agree.
The effects. They were lackey.
Yeah. Okay. This is the biggest problem I have with the effects. When Dr. Savannah is flying, I think he looks fine.
Okay.
When Zachary Levi is flying, okay, I have some problems. Cause his face, his body, like up here, kept looking so off. Like,
dude, and it was the same with Freddy. When he was getting grabbed, it looked like his body, like the body was moving, but the head wasn't.
Yeah,
and it looked off.
Yeah, and so like just that, like how it just did not look good. Like that drags the effects down for me quite a bit.
Same here.
Yeah,
what are you thinking? Because there were like some significant areas where I was just like, that looks bad.
Like, I want to say a 5, but do you feel that's like...
This is out of 100.
Oh, it's out of 100. I'm sorry. I'm thinking like in the 60 range. And that's
60?
Yeah. What are you thinking?
I was thinking like 70.
Okay, maybe I'm being a little too harsh.
No, the lightning and everything looked good.
Yeah, that looked fine.
It was just with the flying sequences, and there was a lot of them.
Yes.
So that's what drags it down.
Yeah.
Other than the other effects, other than the flying, looked pretty good.
Yeah, they did.
Especially because apparently this movie didn't have a huge budget. So I think they did amazing with the budget, but they could have done better.
Yeah. Now that you say with the budget, that definitely shows with the flying effects.
Yeah, it shows really hard. And I'm thinking we want to meet in the middle at 65.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to kill the score of this film.
Okay, costumes. All the kids, they felt
Yeah.
Okay. It was very obvious they were going with color schemes with the kids.
Yeah, it was. I didn't think about that until the ending.
Yeah,
Until,
like Darla's wearing purple, Mary's always wearing red,
Yeah.
Freddy has his blue jacket, Pedro's seen in his green shirt. The only one that they didn't do like the obvious color thing with was Eugene.
Didn't he wear a gray jacket?
Did he? Oh shit.
I think he did.
Okay, well,
I'll have to go see it
Okay.
again.
yeah, so everyone had their color scheme.
Yeah.
And it was obvious. It was super obvious.
It's kind of funny, though.
Like, the only one that didn't stand out a whole ton was Darla. Because it's like a little girl. Yeah, she's going to wear purple.
Yeah.
But then you see Pedro, and he's like, okay, he only wears green. Mary, oh, she only wears red. Like, come on.
Well, I mean, the Power Rangers only wore their colors.
Exactly. Like, their costumes weren't great either.
I found that funny, even like in the 2017 reboot. Didn't most of the Rangers actually wear their colors?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm going to dock for that, for the obviousness. But, like, Savannah's costume looked really good.
Yeah.
I loved how crisp he looked.
Yes.
Like, it looked,
He looked like very professional for a supervillain.
yeah. And I loved that.
Yeah.
And then the suits for for Shazam and the family.
Yeah. They all looked very good. Like I pointed out to you, Pedro's costume looked a lot better in the movie than it did in Funko Pop form.
It did.
Because it was a lot darker of a green. Thank goodness.
Yeah, very much so. I wish that there would have been a little bit more consistency between Darla and Mary's costume.
Yeah, they were like completely different.
Hers was like strapless,
Yeah.
and Mary's had sleeves.
Yeah, and then
With the
Darla's
and skirt and everything
well,
too.
didn't like Darla actually have like pants?
I thought she just had really tall boots.
Maybe that's what it was. Because like with Mary's, you could actually see her legs, but I don't think with Darla's you didn't see them. Maybe she was wearing leggings.
Maybe.
Yeah, it might have been leggings.
We'd have to double check and look.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, so those looked good, so I'm going to give some, like, a little extra points with how good they looked.
Yeah.
And there was a scene where it showed off all their costumes that looked incredible. And it was when they first transformed in the circus. When it was the smoke and all you saw was a lightning
awesome.
bolt. Yeah, I was just like, yes!
That was badass.
So, I'm thinking 8.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Yeah, I think 7 is a little too harsh.
Yes.
Genre grade. So, grading this as a superhero family movie.
As a family superhero movie, I think it did a very good job of pulling off what it was shooting for. Like, honestly, I don't think I heard one bad word in this movie. Like, all I heard was crap. Did they even say shit or ass?
No, they said shit.
Oh, they did? Oh.
Mhm.
When? I don't remember that.
I think Pedro said it.
Oh, no, he said, oh, crap.
No, someone said shit. I swear
I don't think it was.
said shit.
I don't think it was Pedro because I thought he was going to. Like when that moment happened, like with I think it was the Ferris wheel was falling, and I thought he was gonna say, "Oh shit!" He's like, "Oh crap!" I'm like, yeah, okay. I mean, I guess he's not old enough to say, "Oh shit," but okay. It's kind of like the same thing I have wrong with that scene in the reboot of Ghostbusters.
Didn't Freddy say shit?
He might have. Yeah, I think Freddy did say shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm remembering.
I mean, out of all the characters, it would make sense for either him or Billy to say shit.
Yeah. So what would you? So what would you say, or for family? This was like very family. There was some terrifying imagery.
Yeah, with the 7 deadly sins, that was very disturbing. Like, if I was a little kid, I'd probably be having some nightmares.
And some of the shit that happened with the wizard, like when he melted away, like his face was like melting.
It's Infinity War all over again.
Yeah, no shit. I'm like, stop, stop reminding me.
So in a way, Korath also disappeared too.
Dude, is it like his job to die, or to like appear for a little while and then just die in these superhero movies?
Apparently, did he? What happened to him in the first Guardians? I can't even remember.
Remember Drax ripped his brain out?
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Or the circuitry ripped inside his head, and he's just like sitting there spasming.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I do remember that.
But yeah, he died in Guardians. He died in this.
Yep. He was only in Captain Marvel for like 2 minutes of screen time, if that.
There's some other superhero movies that he's been in that he died.
It's sad. Guy's a good actor.
Dude, he is. He's super good. But, like, I wouldn't be mad if that was, like, his role in superhero movies from now on. That'd be freaking hilarious. So, other than the terrifying imagery at certain places... Oh, like with the chick that touched the door.
Oh, yeah, that was disturbing. Like,
Yeah,
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. And this, like you said, with the 7 deadly sins, biting that one dude's head off.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see it, but...
Yeah, dude, I totally forgot about that woman. That was, like, disturbing. And, like, you can, like, see her, like, in shock, like, as she's, like, disappearing and, like, wanting to cry out. Like, oh, I totally forgot about that scene.
Dude, and another scene that freaking nightmare fuel is when they were in the boardroom and the dude is, like, looking at the windows and seeing the people pushed up against it and then just disappearing.
Yeah, that was disturbing too.
Yeah,
I surprisingly did not jump at that scene. I thought I was going to. I was expecting a jump scare, but I did not.
I was expecting one too, and I was like covering my ear because it's the thing with jump scares. It's that pop of the so that's what gets me. So if I cover my ears and kind of muffle it a little bit, I'm fine.
Okay. That's also the pussy way to do it, but okay.
You know what? Shut up. So what are you thinking for that?
Okay, so is this out of 100 or 10?
Out of 100.
Out of 100. Sorry, I always forget. I want to say like 85?
I was thinking 80.
8? Okay. Can we meet in the middle? Actually, no. No, let's go with 80.
80?
Yeah.
Okay.
For like the like scary scenes, yeah, I'm going to have to knock it down to an 80.
Okay, well that is all the categories filled in. And our final grade for Shazam is a B.
Which is actually lower than the Rotten Tomatoes score, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, well, let me...
Were we harsher?
I think we were. Let's find out.
Yeah, our score, like... The number score, the percentage score that we got was 83.
Yeah, it's at a 91.
We were harsher on Shazam.
Yeah.
Well, interesting.
Well, all right.
Yeah, so we were a little harsher on it, but it came to a B, which isn't bad.
No, it's not.
This movie had a lot of redeeming qualities. It was very fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this movie.
But yeah, I mean, the only thing holding it back was the effects, the costume, and some of the writing, which we're going to add a category thing in. I'm thinking that we replace theme with writing.
I would agree.
And then just because, like, I think the theme kind of groups in with the genre grade.
I completely agree.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do from now on.
Yeah.
Always improving.
Yes.
And if you guys have an improvement, you can let us know what those improvements are.
Yeah. Even if it makes us cry.
Yeah. You could message us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/the All Bros. No punctuation there. Or you can message us on Twitter @the All Bros. Or you can email us at theallbroschannel@gmail.com. Or if you feel so inclined, you can fill out our form on tinyurl.com/the All Bros. Just go to the, I think it's like leave a message tab.
I think that's what you said it was.
Yeah. So think that concludes this episode, right?
I would say so.
Well, if you like this episode and want to check out more, you can be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, and Spotify.
You think maybe we should just change that to you can subscribe to us on the whole 9 yards? 'Cause let's face it, that's literally what it is. We're on everything.
Pretty much. Yeah, we might just do that from now on. Because that is a mouthful.
Yeah, no kidding.
You can also check out all of our episodes on YouTube. A new video will be heading your way soonish.
Yeah. We apologize. We thought we had good footage, but
we didn't.
We had shit.
Yep.
And I take full responsibility.
Okay. Well, next week
were we planning on reviewing Us?
Yes.
Okay.
Next week we're going to do a breakdown of the movie Us from Jordan Peele.
Mm-hmm.
So look forward to that next week. And until then, this has been the All Bros Podcast. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we'll catch you guys next week. Deuces.
So long.
Oh shit, Herbert's back.
He never let. I can't do it anymore, damn it. You ruined it. He never left. There you go.